Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the Fabled Lands. So this has just gone full release, so we're returning to it, and it went into early access, it must have been last year, and I had a look at it then. So this has a special place in my heart. This is based off like a choose your own adventure game book series that was kind of obscure, but was a big part of my childhood personally. Found them randomly in a bookstore, and I believe there were 6 books released out of a planned 12. You can see here, War-Torn Kingdom, Cities of Gold. They were book 1 and 2. Plains of Howling Darkness is book 4. Court of the Hidden Faces is 5. So there's one like the Blood-Drenched Sea or something, and 6, I can't quite remember. But yeah, there was supposed to be 12 books, and they only released 6 because it was obviously quite obscure. But it's really cool, really interesting, and it was more of an RPG than your traditional sort of fantasy flight. No, that's a different company. I can't remember, but like the Steve Jackson, Ian Livingstone sort of fantasy choose your own adventure books that were kind of the thing at the time, the bee's knees, right? And they were much more linear in narrative, and this was like you have a character with stat sheet, and you collect loot and money, and you can sort of, you know, go to a crossroads. Do I go north, south, east, west? So this was incredibly open world, and if you got to the edge of a world area, you would have to get another book to cross into the next domain. Anyway, it was wonderful, and it's cool to see it in video game form. We did have a look at it in early access, and it's good. It's great, especially if you've got nostalgia like me. However, the question of whether it transfers across well from, like, I'm often quite critical of board games that get turned into video games because they lose a bit of the magic. A lot of the reason board games are interesting is because you have to do a lot of the heavy lifting and computing yourself, and then once you take that out, it becomes potentially, it shows how thin the gameplay loop can be. And so same thing can go with sort of game books and all that. A lot of it is about juggling numbers and turning pages and reading, and a lot of that doesn't translate very well into video games. So we'll see how it holds up in the full release version. Anyway, so that's a little bit of a setup. So we can go warrior, which I think we went last time, right? Because we're a hard boy. But I mean, all these other classes look pretty bloody soy. This dude doesn't look terrible, apart from the fact that he's a priest. Rogue, wayfarer, troubadour. We can play music at people. Now let's go this priest dude. I went the warrior last time. All right. Enter character name Ignatius. Is it always Ignatius? Whatever, that'll do. All right. These are my things, my stats. These are my things. I can. What's this? Jewelry too. His shoulder pads moved slightly, did they? Oh my god, who cares? I really don't care. What's this up here? Head. Oh yeah, okay. Now look at this. We'll go aerodynamic. All right, now what's this? Iron Man. I don't think we should do that. Classic is a challenging mode. You start as a nobody in a harsh world. The classic Fabled Lands experience. Now what's Explorer? Warning, classic mode can be brutal. For your first adventure, you should pick Explorer. Go away. No. Remember to manually save your progress or you might lose it. So what's to do with Explorer? Okay, it's a Suki mode. All right, let's go. So traditionally you could choose which book to start in, but we're going to start over here on the Isle of Druids, I would say. Yeah, there we go. So, War-Torn Kingdom. Oh man, this is so good coming back to this. All right, I'm probably going to zip through this a little bit faster because, again, we did have a look at it in early access form, but it's going to be heavy reading. And like I said, I wonder if you can still get the game books. Maybe I should look them up. The approach of dawn has turned the sky a milky grey-green, like jade. The sea is a luminous pane of silver. Holding the tiller of your sailing boat, you keep your gaze fixed on the glittering constellation known as the Spider. It marks the north, and by keeping it to port, you know you are still on course. Fair enough. The sun appears in a trembling burst of red fire at the rim of the world. Slowly, the chill of night gives way to brazen warmth. You lick your parched lips. There is a little water sloshing in the bottom of the barrel by your feet. but not enough to see you through another day. Sealed in a scroll case tucked into your jerkin is the parchment map your grandfather gave you on his deathbed. You remember his stirring tales of far sea voyages, of kingdoms beyond the western horizon, of sorcerous islands and ruined palaces filled with treasure. As a child, you dreamed of nothing else but the magical quests that were in store if you too became an adventurer. You never expected to die in an open boat before your adventures even began. Continue. I guess you could skip the dialogue, which is good. You know, we won't go on about that, but there are other games that we've been covering. We kind of wish that you could. Securing the tiller, you unroll the map and study it again. You hardly need to. Every detail is etched into your memory by now. According to your reckoning, you should have reached the east coasts of Harkuna, the great northern continent, days ago. A pasty grey blob splatters on the map. After a moment of stunned surprise, you look up and curse the seagull circling directly overhead. And then it strikes you. Where there's a seagull, there may be land. You leap to your feet and scan the horizon, and sure enough, a line of white cliffs lie a league to the north. Have you been sailing along the coast all this time without realizing the mainland was so close? Possibly. Seems I'm not much of a sailor. Though, I mean, that's an easy enough mistake to make if you're in unknown waters. Steering toward the cliffs, you feel the boat judder against the waves. A howling wind whips plumes of spindrift across the sea. Breakers pound the high cliffs. The tiller is yanked out of your hands. Your little boat is spun around, out of control, and goes plunging in toward the coast. You leap clear at the last second. There is the snap of timber, the roaring crescendo of the waves, and then silence as you go under. Striking out wildly, you try to swim clear of the razor-sharp rocks. For a while, the undertow threatens to drag you down. Then suddenly a wave catches you and flings you contemptuously up onto the beach. It's time to begin your adventure. So yeah, lots of reading, but whatever. And I'm open to doing lots of episodes of this if people are interested. You know, I'm always hit and miss with visual novels and reading and that, but you know, I don't mind sitting here and reading. And if you find my bloody Australian friggin' lilt to be not insufferable, then let me know, and we can do some more episodes. It's fine. Maybe you're there doing the dishes or painting your house or something, and you're listening to me talk bullshit into your ear. Happy to help. All right, battered and bedraggled. I've never really had to say that out loud. You lie gasping for breath until you hear someone walking along the shore towards you. Wary of danger, you lose no time in getting to your feet. Confronting you is an old man clad in a dirty loincloth. His eyes are of a feverish, bright look that is suggestive of either a mystic or a madman. Well, what have we here, friends? Asks the old man. He seems to be talking to someone next to him, although you are certain he is alone. Looks like a washed-up adventurer to me, he says in answer to his own question. All wet and out of luck. He carries on having a conversation that quickly turns into a heated debate. He is clearly quite mad. Excuse me, you shout above the hubbub, in an attempt to grab the old man's attention. He stops and stares at you. Is this the Isle of Druids? You ask impatiently. Indeed it is, says the old man. I see that you are from a far land, so it is up to me to welcome you to Harkuna. But I think you may have much to do here, as it is written in the stars someone like you would come. Your destiny awaits you. Follow me, young adventurer. The old man turns smartly about and begins walking up a path towards some hills. You can just see some sort of monolithic stone structure atop one of them. Follow him, scour the shore, explore the island on your own. No, let's just do our own thing. Bugger him. You want to explore the coast on your own, and you believe you have quite a sensible reason to do so. Okay, cool. Recap messages in the tutorial log. What's going on here? There's your tutorial log. Okay, that's cool beans. So here we go, objectives tracker. 0 out of 39 quest goals. Objectives. Purchase a ship. Oh, very cool. Make the deal of a lifetime. Gain 5,000 shards. Become an initiate of the gods. This is cool. Nice. So there's a lot of longer form stuff to do. Complete character goals, complete exploration goals. Okay, right. I've got $16 and a heart full of adventure. Can I? No, S doesn't do anything. What about arrow keys? Nope, so I'm sort of locked. I can't zoom, I can't move, I can't do anything. So we can go to the forest, the coastline, or the obsidian stones. Let's try the forest. All right, and I think you can get lost or something. I can't remember. The trees are, I like the little bird twitter and little background. It's good bit of ambience. The trees are closely packed, leaning together as if in conference, whispering quietly among themselves. Birds twitter in the distance, and slivers of sunlight dance down through the musty gloom. As you proceed along the forest track, you think you hear a rustling in the bushes. Later, you spot a shadowy figure darting through the trees. Was it your imagination? An animal's snuffling sound right behind you makes you spin round, but there is nothing there. Make a scouting roll. So my scouting is 4, special bonuses none, difficulty 10, odds of success, well, let's call that likely. Let's go, baby. Oh, okay, you could use a blessing. Final result 12. Let's bloody disco. You struggle deeper into the forest until you come to a thick wall of impenetrable thorn brushes. I need to comment again on this soundtrack. It's wonderful. It's making me feel energized as I read all this stuff, you know? If it was just in deathly silence or, God help us, bad music, it would be distracting. But I'm quite enjoying being a bloody narrator, you know? Letting my dulcet tones roll around in your ear holes, along with this lovely music that's helping drive me on. Anyway, just a thought, something I noticed. Circling it, you find there is a break in the hedge, but it is filled by a large tree. To your surprise, a face forms in the trunk and speaks in a woody voice. None can pass. Begone, human. Attack the tree? I don't know if that's the move. Let's talk to him. Try and persuade it to let you pass. You explain what a tree lover that you are, and that your heart has always been at home in forests. You portray yourself as the greenest adventurer ever. Okay, charisma. Let's give it a go. Oh, he loves it. Look at this. Look at these rolls. Let's bloody go. Successful charisma roll. Well, I suppose I could let one such as you through, says the tree thoughtfully. Then it uproots itself with a great tearing sound and shuffles out of the way. There you go, says the tree. You may pass. You walk through the thorn bush gate. Beyond, you find several huge oak trees whose branches are so big that they are able to support the homes of many people. Oh, the city of trees. Oh, this is cool. I don't remember this. Welcome to the city of trees, says a passing woman, dressed in the garb of a druid. The city has been built amid the branches of several mighty oaks. Ladders run up and down the trees to houses that perch like nests in the branches. You are not allowed into any houses, but the druids allow you to barter at the market. The druid's leader and the market. Well, we'll go to the market just, to see. Oh, spears, ring mail, all this sort of stuff. Combat's quite lethal in this game, and there is, oh look, we've got rarity. There is like a sort of grid-based combat in this, which obviously isn't from the game books. And it is a sort of thing that, while I'm not a fan of save scumming, this is still a relic of its time, where if you read your choose your own adventure thing and then you bloody die, you have to start again from the beginning or figure out where you can backtrack sensibly without wrecking the game. Which is a good point, actually. Can I save now? Save campaign. It's pretty. Oh look, there's my other saves there. Enter name. There we go. Something complicated. I know I'm not the only person that saves his games that way. All right, let's talk to the druid's leader, because I can't really trade shit. I've only got $16. You were brought before the druid's leader, the oak druid, a bearded fellow with ears and leaves all tangled up in his hair. He asks you to perform a service for them. Take this oak staff to the willow druid in the forest of Laroon. The sacred grove where he lives will be hard to find, but I'm sure that you can do it. The willow druid will give you something to bring back to me. When you return with it, I will make your techniques of tracking and your wilderness lore better. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, sure, why not? It's like, hi, how are you? But again, this is older stuff. I'm willing to give it a pass. It's not supposed to be high literature, you know? Okay, oak staff artifact. Don't forget to click on the item in the chest to transfer it. Yep, you accepted the task. All right, so leave. Now, can I pull up like the world map? Aha. So there's the Forest of Laroon there in Sokara. All right. Yellowport, Marlock City. They're like the main cities in this world, this territory here, right? The Great Steppes, believe that's book 4. That's like the Northern Wastes, right? Golner is book 2, which is like the city of gold, whatever. I think this is part of it as well, actually. I can't. Yeah. Book 3's down here, Sorcerer's Isle and all down in the water. And I believe book 5 is that. Yeah. Yeah. Powerful adversary, treasure, quest. Cool. All right, well, that was fun. Obsidian stones. Let's go investigate them. All right. A narrow path leads up the hill, the top of which is crowned with a circle of large obsidian standing stones, hewn from solid rock. Despite the bitter winds that blow across these hills, the stones are unweathered and seem but newly lain. They form 3 archways, each carved with mystic symbols and runes of power. This music is actually really getting to me. I'm really enjoying it. It's reminding me strangely of Fable. Someone chuck that in a comment for me, please. I wonder if Fable is on PC, because it's old. If there is a PC port of Fable, I'd be happy to cover it on the channel if people want to see that. I haven't played Fable since it came out when I was a kid. Jesus. Yeah, chuck Fable in the comments, please. My little helpers that write down the games that I suggest and forget. Despite the bitter wind that blows across these hills, the stone are unweathered and seem but nearly lain. They form 3 archways, each carved with mystic symbols and runes of power. There are 3 stone gates engraved with ancient runes. Each gate is marked with a name. Yellowport, Marlock City, and Wishport. I believe Wishport's book 3, so I doubt it's going to let us through that. From here you can see the coast and the whole island, which is heavily forested. Step through one of the archways. Well, no, we're not going to do that, but essentially it's like a town portal sort of thing, right? Let's continue exploring this island. You decide to explore the island further and ponder where to go next. You have a clear view from the top of the hill and of the northern parts of the island, and you notice a previously unknown to you road that snakes along the cliff tops. Make a move. Is there like a quick save button? Options? Not really. Okay, let's just do that. Yeah, what it really needs is a quick save, like F5 or something, you know? Okay, let's go up to here. You're on the coastal road that snakes along the windswept cliff tops in the north of the Isle of Druids. Okay, no special anything, just bloody roll and see what happens. Attacked by highwaymen. Alright, well, this will be good. 2 brigands leap out from hiding and menace you with their swords. One is behind you, one in front. Give it up, they advise. Money's not worth getting killed over. Fuck you. Plus, I'd also like to show you guys how we fight. They have an accomplice in hiding who shoots you with an arrow. Oi, piss off. The 3rd brigand then leaps up to join his comrades. Surrender and beg for mercy? Never. You prepare to teach those brigands some manners. Lucky we just saved, eh? Alright, so I'm probably going to get dumpstered here, but this is, you know, a good... 3, 4, okay. So what's this? Cleansing Flame. Hurl a pillar of holy flame upon one enemy. Deals max weapon damage. If target is cursed, deals more damage. 120% damage. It's got a cooldown. I can attack as well, so I guess I've got a stick. And what's this? Cure. Bring down divine disfavor upon one enemy. Oh. Target suffers -3 offense. Oh, it's curse. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, Scarlet. You're leaving out bloody letters. Alright. Okay. Requires base sanctity of 6. So I can curse these blokes? Oh, actually, if that's... Well, hang on. He might shoot me. I don't like that at all. Disengage. Use the disengage action so that movement doesn't provoke opportunities. All right, defend. Focus on your defense. I want more defense, please. Swap weapons, use item. You know, I'll move forward a little bit. And do I have to press end turn? Okay. Come get it. Did that do me 1 damage? I think it did. Is there a combat log? Oh, there it is there. Was hit for 1 damage. All right. 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 Why can't I use that? Oh, can I use only 1 spell per turn? Oh no. Oh no. Action points, 2 out of 6. Uh-oh. Alright, if target is cursed, deal more damage. Attack. How much is my weapon damage? 6 action points. Apparently it's enough. Alright, in turn. Mate, get busted up. Can I get you with my holy flame? I cannot. Oh, bugger it. Let's close up. I've got 1 health left! Oh. Well, I did tell you, it's death comes quickly for you. So this is why you sort of have to save scum a bit. That was alright. Oh, what's this? The brigands let you live. Okay, well this might be because we're on a beginner island. Okay. They take all your cash, and for good measure, also divest you of your possessions. You're left with scarcely a scrap of cloth to cover yourself. Next time you'll know not to be so argumentative, says the leader of the brigands as they run off. Motherfucker. How humiliating. Well, that's alright. It just means we're going to bounce back even harder. Alright, let's go down the coastline. You make your way around the coast. The interior of the island appears to be heavily forested. After a while, however, you come to a bay in which a couple of ships are anchored. A small settlement nestles on the beach. Make a move. Trading post. The trading post is a small village set up here by enterprising settlers from the mainland. Its main export appears to be furs from the forest. The mayor, a fat, genial fellow, who greets you personally, insists that one day the trading post will be a thriving town. There is not a lot here yet, however. A small market, a quay, the settlers' houses, and a shrine to Lacuna. Well, that's not what he's saying there. That's what I'm saying. Whatever. Okay, so what have we got here? Explore, quayside, inn, temple, market, and house stash. I don't think I have a house though. You found an abandoned house which you claim as your own. Oh, spoiled. When back in town view, click on the chest icon to access your new personal storage. Note that any items or shards you store here are accessible from any house you may obtain. Oh, okay, so it's a world. There we go, it's a world storage. That's cool. That's really cool. Explore? Wandering around the tiny settlement is uneventful. There's nothing much for you to see. Okay, what about the inn? The Green Man Inn costs you 1 shard a day. Each day you spend here, you can recover 1 stamina point if injured. Geez, that's steep. Well, I mean, I don't really know. I've got nothing. Everything's steep from my position. Up to the limit of your normal unwounded stamina score. No, that's all right. I've got nothing. What's this? Market? Yeah, look at this. $50 just for a spear or something. Oh my god, we're in deep doo-doo. But that's okay. Like I said, we'll bounce even harder. Let's go to the temple. You want to see how the divine is represented in this settlement. So there's 2 different shrines. There's a bunch of gods. Lacuna's the god of the forest, and I think Nagel is like a death god. The shrine is set in a wooden grove. Birds twitter in the trees, and a deer darts away into the forest as you approach. A priest is tending a low altar where food and drink have been laid out in honor of Lacuna, the goddess of the wilderness. I wonder if they stole that quest item off me. I don't think they would have, right? She is the patron of hunters, trappers, woodsmen, and all those who seek oneness with nature. So you can become an initiate and pledge yourself to their god, but you have to pay, all right? Which that's not going to happen. Fucking gouge me. Seek a blessing, same thing you can pay. And you saw you could use blessings to help dice rolls. Talk to the priestess. The priestess, dressed in silken robes, is wearing a wreath of oak leaves, and she says, I have need of an adventurer like yourself for arcane reasons involving the secret mysteries of Lacuna. I need the tusk of a boar, a were-boar in fact. Hunt down one and bring me its tusk. In return, I will teach you how to be a better scout. Absolutely. Leave the temple. Can we talk to the other temple? Nagil is the lord of the lands of the dead. There you go. Memory served. And his temple in the trading post is covered in friezes and gargoyles of ornate design, depicting the souls of the dead on their journey to the underworld. Inside, it is cool and dark, hung with black velvet drapes. A scroll tacked to the wall reads, Wanted, person of unusual resourcefulness. See temple warden. That's me. Make resurrection arrangements. 200 shards if you're initiate, 600 if not. Oh my god, no, I'd rather die. Okay, cool. Visit the warden. The warden is in charge of security. We have had an unfortunate accident, he says worriedly. In the crypt below the temple, we sometimes experiment with the corpses of the dead. You know, the occasional zombie, part of the rituals in honor of that particular aspect of Nagel we revere here. It seems a ghoul has escaped from these pits and is terrorizing the villagers at night. Oh, okay, this is all just normal, I suppose. We'd rather someone like you sorted the problem out before the militia got to hear of it. Destroy it and bring me the ghoul's head. All right, yeah, give me more missions. I don't know how I'm going to unfuck the whole no health, no weapons, no clothes situation, but whatever. Left foot, right foot. You take up the mission. Search for it at night, says the warden as you leave. Okay. Oh, there you go. Look, explore. Powerful monster. That's what that means, remember? Was it powerful adversary? Oh, I don't know about that. Quayside. Quayside at the trading post is a simple affair without the harbour facilities or the shipwright of a larger port. There are no ships available to buy here, but if you already own a ship, you can buy and sell cargo. Yeah, so there's a whole trade mini game that you can do. Something to look forward to. Okay, well, there's not really much more I can do here. See now, why are there question marks up on the coastal road? Let's save, and then let's go have a squiz up there. All right. What are the question marks about? Luck blessing, attacked by a were-boar. Ah. You're on the coastal road. That snakes along the windswept cliff top. All right, well, let's see how this bloody goes for us. You meet a militia patrol. These militiamen are employed by the mercantile guilds of Marlock City and Yellowport to keep the road safe. If you're worried about thieves, you should invest in a townhouse and leave some of your money at home, advises the militia sergeant. Or better still, invest at the Merchants Guild, suggests the captain. Right, walking bloody advertisement, eh? All right, so there's the were-boar there. Forest. Okay, so there's not really a lot more I can really do here. So what if we go step through one of the archways and we'll go to Yellowport. You step through the archway, immediately the symbols of the stone begin to glow with red-hot energy. Your hair, I don't have any hair, your hair stands on end and your body tingles. A crackling nimbus of blue-white force engulfs you. The sky darkens and thunder and lightning crash and leap across the heavens. Suddenly your vision fades and everything goes black. And when your sight returns, we're now on the mainland, Sokara. When your sight returns, you find yourself at the gates of a large city set on an ochre-coloured river. A vile stink of brimstone permeates the air. Yeah, that's right. There's like sulfur running down the river to the north of Yellowstone. That's like what it's called, and its economy is built around sort of harvesting that sort of sulfury stuff from the river. So it's cool, this world building. You've got this stinky city, but it's part of its economy, and you can go back up to the source to see what's going up there. You wrinkle your face up in disgust and gag involuntarily. Welcome to Yellowport, says a passing merchant. All right, well, look, let's read this part here, and then we might put a pin in it. Yellowport is the second largest city in Sokara. It is mainly a trading town and is known for its exotic goods from distant and Ancon Canoe, way to the south. Yeah, and I think one of the future books was supposed to cover that. I can't remember, or if 3 did, because I know 3's like the oceans to the south. I can't remember if you can get there. The Stinking River brings rich deposits of sulfur from the Lake of the Sea Dragon down to the town, where it is extracted and stored in a large waterfront warehouse run by the Merchants Guild. From here, the mineral is exported all over Harkoona. Unfortunately, all that sulfur has its drawbacks. The stink is abominable, and much of the city has a yellowish hue. The river is so full of sulfur that it is virtually useless as a source of food or of drinking water. However, the demand for sulfur, especially from the sorceress guilds, is great. Politically, much has changed in the past few years. The old and corrupt king of Sokara, Corin VII, has been deposed and executed in a military coup. General Grieve Marlock and the army now control Sokara. The old council of Yellowport has been indefinitely dissolved, and a provost marshal, Marlos Marlock, the general's brother, appointed as military governor of the town. Well, so it goes with military coups, but it sounds like it had to happen. The previous dude was corrupt, right? To leave Yellowport by sea, buy or sell ships and cargo, go to the harbour master. Okay, well, we're just going to click on leave for the moment. And you can see here, we can't really open up the world map. Like, it's quite a fixed view. Oh no, zoom out. Oh no, it's only this mini map. So we can only really go to the nearby adjacent areas. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is very cool. Anyway, like I said, a little bit different, very visual novel-y, but it's still got a gameplay loop to it, which, you know, that's okay in my book. Not necessarily the normal pace that we move at, but to say that, I mean, I'll play anything. I don't really care as long as it's fun, and this is fun. So if you're finding this enjoyable and hanging out and want to see more of the story and more episodes, just let me know, and we will potentially keep covering this if people are interested. Otherwise, we might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.